It feels good to be back and feels good to stay with us here on Breakfast Central. And it's time for us to take a look at what's going on in the world of sports. First off, will be that big story that indeed came up yesterday evening all through to this morning. Cristiano Ronaldo has left Manchester United with immediate effect. And that's what the story is all about. Well, a statement issued from Old Trafford on Tuesday evening confirmed the Premier League club had reached a mutual agreement with the legendary number 7 to terminate his contract, as you can see there on the screen. It went ahead to say Cristiano Ronaldo is to leave Manchester United by mutual agreement with immediate effect. The club thanks him for his immense continued efforts, if you put it that way. Well, thank him for his contributions as well. 2 spells at Old Trafford, and then there were other, subtle statements being made. Well, the 37-year-old is currently in Qatar preparing for Portugal's first World Cup group game against the Black Stars of Ghana tomorrow, which we're also going to talk about. Ronaldo said he loves Manchester United and the fans, and that will never change. And he proved how he loved them when he wore a wristwatch just yesterday, showing how he scored against Manchester United while he was playing for Real Madrid. What a horrible way to say you love Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo is indeed not just a football player, but he's a troublemaker, if you put it that way. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Questions have been raised. Where's he going to go to? Does he have anywhere else to go to? And so on and so forth. That's a statement on the screen. The last line there says, I wish the team every success for the remainder of the season and for the future. We all knew this would come up, okay? Let's not even go further. Well, as soon as Manchester United dropped that official statement of agreeing to let Cristiano Ronaldo go on the basis of mutual consent, something else took place. Yes, something else took place. And let me share quickly with you. Well, the Glazers, who seem to be the owners of Manchester United, have come out to say they are ready to sell the club. And this is where I hereby exonerate Cristiano Ronaldo of all errors. Yes, I mean, say what you want to say. Say Joe Hansen is a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. Yes, I am. I'm not doubting that. But I hereby exonerate him, and I'll tell you why I exonerate him 100%. It means that the things the former coaches had come to say, not all of them, just a key one, like Jose Mourinho and followed by Cristiano Ronaldo, what they actually came, both of them said, especially with the explosive interview by Cristiano Ronaldo, goes ahead to prove that sometimes in order for change to come, like a former mentor of mine would say, there must be dislocation for location. So Ronaldo came and dislocated the joints, the pillars of Manchester United in that one interview. It took the owners to say, you know what, I think it's high time for us to think of selling this club right about now. That was the story that followed that mutual agreement information that was passed out on the official website. And now the Glazers are looking for a buyer. So it could be that the Qatari buyers will show their faces. Anyway, let's leave that story concerning Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's go straight to the World Cup. The 5th game of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar saw one of the biggest shocks in the competition's history as Saudi Arabia beat Argentina by 2-1. Now, South American champions Argentina were one of the most fancy teams ahead of the tournament, following a 36-game unbeaten run, while Saudi Arabia were the lowest ranked in 51st place. Besides that, there were indeed statements that the game has already been won even before they played, and many are saying this is Messi's last chance to prove that he is indeed a legend. Okay, legend. Well, yeah, that's good. Well, but a stunning second half comeback from Harvey Renard's side left Lionel Messi and co humbled in their first game at the Middle East showpiece. It was spectacular. Nobody expected that Saudi Arabia would come out of that one. If you saw that game, they indeed neutralized the entire Argentines, and many were indeed querying the style of Argentina's coach, especially going into this game. He was looking forward to long balls being thrown in by the sides into the middle, and Lionel Messi doing his usual stuff, one tree trying to make a forest. But guess what? The Saudis were smart, and if you know who Javi Renard is, he has been a success shot. He's the most successful African coach so far, so good, because he's coached a lot of African teams, and he knows how to do his job. And he did it perfectly, making sure Messi was neutralized. Let's leave that story now and go to another one. Coach Jalel Kadri paid tribute to Tunisia fans after the North Africans earned a precious point against Denmark in the opening Group D game at the World Cup. The majority of the 42,925 spectators at the Education City Stadium in Qatar were Tunisians, who created a loud atmosphere. Now, their supporter lifted the performance of a team who had been expected to struggle against the heavily fancied Danes, with the match ending 0-0. Midfielder Issa Laudoni, who set the tone for the game with a crunching early tackle on Denmark playmaker Christian Eriksen, was also full of praise for the atmosphere created by the Tunisia fans. Both sides had goals ruled out of offside, and Denmark forward Andreas Cornelius somehow missed from a yard out before Tunisia survived a 95th minute penalty appeal. Kind of like reminds me of Tunis 94. Yeah, it does. It sure does. Well, do recall that Tunisia fans are known to be very rowdy, energetic, and they proved that yesterday, leading to that draw. Well, let's tell you about the big one where everybody was waiting to see. They were champions at the just concluded World Cup in Russia, remember, and many are looking at them to continue to retain that spot, being world champions again. But this time, they do not have their key players. How it will be possible to win again? Well, France proved a point. France forward Olivier Giroud equaled Thierry Henry's goal-scoring record as Les Bleus fought back to begin their World Cup defense with a 4-1 victory over Australia on Tuesday. Having lost Karim Benzema, Paul Pogba and others to injury during a chaotic build-up to the tournament, France suffered a setback when Craig Goodwin fired Australia into an early lead, and it seemed like everybody was like, what? Anyway, the title holders responded well with the impressive Adrien Rabiot, yes, of course, you can say Rabiot, recording a goal and produced an assist for Giroud during a first half turnaround. Kylian Mbappe then made the point safe with a header before teeing up with Giroud again to nod home his landmark 51st goal as France took control of Group D. So it's all action-packed, no doubt. Let's take a look at some of the results just to bring you back up to speed, just in case you missed out on it. It was Argentina losing to Saudi Arabia 2-1. Mexico versus Poland 0-0. Nothing coming from Lewandowski, if at all. Denmark also played, and it was 0-0 against Tunisia. France beating Australia 4-1, bringing back the goal-scoring magic at the World Cup. And tonight, better still today, you've got Group E fixtures. Germany will take on Japan. I cannot wait to see the Germans, no doubt. Spain, Espanyol, will take on Costa Rica. No doubt they also are a team to beat, or a country to beat at this World Cup. Let's take a look at other fixtures as well. It will be Morocco versus Croatia. Belgium, they will be playing against Canada. That's another team to look out for in the middle. Well, that's all we have for you from the world of sports. Latest updates will come up later on in the course of News Central's broadcasting. So do well to follow us online wherever you can find us in our journalism and get the latest news first.
I cannot allow this roundup without us talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's exit.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, I know you are feeling very happy.
It was coming.
Very vindicated. But we did talk about it, that there were the chances that he was going to continue with Manchester United after that expose, I would call it, with Piers Morgan was very, very slim.
Yeah.
In fact, during the interview, he quoted Picasso when he said, sometimes you have to destroy it to rebuild it. And if it starts with me, for me, I have no problem. And many fans are saying that that's exactly what's happened. That he has they say that this move and that interview will be the best thing that has happened to Manchester United since Alex left.
I agree. You know what amazes me, Olive? I mean, it amazes you so much. You seem to have like butterflies in your belly. The moment the Glazer family came out and said we want to sell, you need to see the comments.
Oh yes, what Ronaldo
you need
was
to
saying.
see the comments on. Everybody was like, even those who hated on Ronaldo in the interview, they were like, wait, oh, now you guys are coming out to sell. Oh, we see what you're doing there. Okay, so that means he was right. It took one more person, aside from Mourinho, who was fined internally, to come and say, listen, I don't care. And really, does Ronaldo care? He's 37. He earns £500,000 a week.
He has paid his dues too much to actually now start trying to flatter anybody's ego.
So I call him the villain who saves the day.
The heroic villain.
The heroic villain. Because he's... You're right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.